What's up YouTube, Bismath here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over and look at a vacant property that a friend told me about. He's getting into wholesaling real estate, so I'm gonna check out the property with him. And if we can lock up the deals, just go over the whole process with him from start to finish on how to close wholesale real estate deals. And so hopefully this can be an exciting video for you all, just showing you all how I go view vacant properties and just looking at the different repairs that may be needed on this particular property. So before we go on, like this video, smash that like button, comment down below on how your wholesaling real estate business is going. And you all, we have an official date for Project X. All right, we have the reveal date, September 22nd, next Tuesday, 2020. So stay tuned for that. I am so excited for that. I know you all will really enjoy that, so stay tuned. All right, now let's hop in the car and head over to the property. All right, you all, so we're outside the house with my friend Elder.
Oh yeah.
And look at this house, you all.
My
Look how
goodness.
might be snakes here. Okay, you all. There is the house. Super distressed. This property is probably worth 150, 160 all fixed up. They're wanting 75K for this. Yeah, that won't be happening at 75K. We're outside the property. So the owner told us that we can take a drill and undrill the boards on the house so we can go inside to view the property. But this property looks like it's been vacant for a super long time. Needs a new roof. Structure's probably messed up. I'm betting foundation issues, moisture damage, a bunch of mold, and you gotta clear out this whole yard area. Honestly, you have to be close to like 30 grand for this property. Hello! You all, I don't know if you all can see that. We're in the property, a lot of moisture, a lot of mold, ceiling. Oh my goodness. Kitchen. Basement area. So yeah, this is a total gut job, you all. Look at that.
My goodness.
You see that, you all? The kitchen, basement area smells like mold. I probably need to get out of here soon or I'm gonna be sick tomorrow morning. Carpet. Yeah, you all. This is a rough property. I mean, we don't have to see anything else. That's basically it. Are you? All right, you all. So that's basically the gist of this house. This house needs a total remodel, a total rehab. Obviously, there's moisture, there's mold problem, there's structural damage with the roof and everything. Everything needs to be replaced. Everything needs to be gutted out. Actually, there's a property next door to this one. You all can see that one. That cash buyer bought that property for $25,000. I don't know if it was like in this condition, if it was just land or anything like that, but they bought that property and they sold it for $189 on the market about a year later, about half of a year later. And so this guy wants 75 grand for this property. So there's no way we can get that for that property. So most likely we'll offer him a price, the same comp that they bought that property for $25,000. I gotta watch out for the dogs, y'all. All right, you need some help? All right, you all, so after viewing the property, we were able to actually get on the phone with the seller, and this is how it went.
Matt.
Hey Matt, this is Matthew also. I'm reaching back with you. My partner Elder called you about your property over on Hale Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually just recently looked at it. We opened up the boards and got a view of the property. Is this a good time for you? I just have a few more questions.
Go for it.
Okay, yeah. Well, we looked at the property. We smelled a little bit of mold and moisture. So we were just wondering, how long has the property been vacant for?
Oh, probably 5 years.
Okay, 5 years. All right. And do you know of, I guess, any, repairs or major repairs needed on the property? I mean, of course, we can fix anything. It would just be something we would need to know.
I have no idea.
No.
I bought the property and just let it sit there.
Okay, so you just let it sit there? I mean, were you planning to rent it out or something?
No, not really. I mean, I just bought it as a project for whenever we got around to it. I mean, I paid nothing for it, so.
Right, exactly. Okay, got you. And so I'm guessing, do you have other properties around the area, or was this like your one prod? Okay, got you. And we were looking through the house. We noticed like one of the bathrooms. Are there two or one bathroom in the property?
I can't even, to be honest, I can't remember. It's been so long.
Wow.
I think there's two. There's two bathrooms upstairs, and I think there's a half bath in the laundry room in the basement.
Okay, got you. And yeah, I mean, the yard definitely needs somewhere. I mean, have you got any calls from like the county about different fees?
I got a call from the county about 2 years ago for some overgrowth.
Right.
Once, and that was it.
Okay, got you. And we know you were looking for around 75 for the property. I mean, but are you flexible at all with that price?
I mean, not really. I don't have to sell it, so there's no reason for me to be flexible.
Right. Okay, got you. And so,
and I mean, the area is, especially right now, I mean, the area is getting 150 to 200 for houses that size on lots like that. So I mean, it's like, I know it's going to take a good amount of work, but there's not really any incentive for me to sell.
Right, understood. Okay. And so you say you worked on properties before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I mean, look, I know you haven't been in a property for a while, but I guess looking at the property, I mean, how much would you estimate, the repairs to cost?
Probably somewhere around 50 to 75, depending on what you're doing.
Okay, understood. And so I'm guessing, for example, let's say it's in the middle around 60 grand, so you're looking for around 75. So if someone would put 60 grand in, that's around 140-ish range, and then possibly sell it for that 180 200 mark.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you would want to try to get out of it.
Okay, got you. Is there a timeline, that you're looking to sell this property?
I'm not looking to sell it, but you guys called and asked if I would, and I said sure for 75. I mean, like I said, I don't need to sell it. I don't have to sell it. I don't really want to sell it because, property in Hamilton County is at a premium right now, but if somebody wants to pay me $75,000 for it, I'll sell it.
Okay, makes sense. Totally makes sense. All right, so basically, if it's 75, you're willing to close within the next 30 days if you get that offer.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, got you. Well, yeah, I'll just run through some things more with my partners and contractors, and I'll update you and follow up with you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye-bye. The seller, he's not, I don't sense any way that he's going to get lower on the price.
Right. Yeah.
So as you all can hear, and after looking at the property with us, this property needs a ton of work. With this particular property, I would say it could sell, its market value is around 150, maybe 160, but I would say 150, and he wants $75,000 for it. Now, if you just hear that as a wholesaler, that sounds like a deal, right? 75, that's 50% of market value. But with this particular property, it needs so much more work than your basics, updates and cosmetics. You know, if it just needed stuff like that, maybe repair the roof or just replace the roof, yes, we can do that. But with this property, since it's been vacant for over 5 years, we don't know what's under the floors. There's extensive mold damage, moisture, the roof, the structure's a little bit off too, the yard work and different things like that. And so with this particular property, you have to get it way less than 50% of market value, even less than 40% of market value. I think this property for a cash buyer wouldn't pay more than $40,000 for this type of property. So as a wholesaler, we would have to get it for around $30,000 or $35,000 for this property to work out. And as you all heard in the phone call, this seller is a fellow investor. So he knows his numbers, he knows his repairs, he knows how much his property is worth, and he has other properties. He's not in no sort of rush to sell this property or no sort of timeline. As you all heard me in the phone call, I actually asked that question. So what's your timeline for selling the property? And he was like, I'm not really wanting to sell my property. You all called. And so I think the best advice I would give to my friend is just follow up with him every like 3 weeks or every month, and just build more rapport with him, get to know him more. And then that's when you can bring up the price of the property a little bit more, give your offer, be like, hey, you know, you even said this property can reach a repair cost of up to $75,000. And if you get the property for $75,000 and you spend $75,000, that's market value. You're not going to make any money from it. And plus, he's getting the market value wrong. He said he can sell it for around $200. With this particular property, I don't think so. There's a property next door or across the street that sold for $190, but it was a larger house that had more bedrooms and bathrooms. But with this particular property, it's extensive work. I would say the rehab cost, the repair cost, may be even close to like around 85 grand with this property. With this particular property, you just do not know the repairs needed. I mean, the unknown is just so heavy, so costly, especially with the moisture damage, the electric being off. You got to probably rewire that whole house, new plumbing across the whole floors, across everything, you know, new flooring, new central air and heat. It's like a total gut job with this particular property. So I estimate repairs to be around 85 grand with this property. And it just doesn't make sense. So let's say we sell it to a cash buyer for $40,000. If they put 80 grand into it, that's 120 grand, and they can sell it for 150, 30 grand profit. That's assuming they can sell it for 150. It can possibly sell for 160, but when you include closing costs and agent fees and all that jazz, that cuts the cost for our cash buyer. And so just build up more rapport, I would say to my friend, with this potential seller. And another thing that was gained from this meeting was a cash buyer. This is an investor. So let's say you have a property, you can sell this potential seller a deal. Another thing about this property that we learned that we can consider into our offer and consider into our follow-up is that he barely paid anything for this property. He said that over the phone. So we can start using that to our advantage, saying, hey, you didn't pay anything for this property. It's been sitting there for 5 years. I mean, why haven't you fixed it up? I mean, why not sell it and make 30 grand from it, even though you hardly paid anything for it? Why let it sit and rot away and hope to get 75 grand from it? And so just use those different tactics that you learn talking to the seller and use it to your advantage. And once again, in wholesaling, you do use negotiation skills and sales skills, but at the end of the day, you're not trying to convince a seller to sell, right? You're just trying to provide a solution for someone who actually needs to sell or wants to sell, right? And so that's what we're going to do with this property owner. I don't sense strong motivation from him. And so I would just keep him on like a monthly follow-up, just follow up, build more rapport. As you build more rapport, then you start talking more about price and see what he says if he would consider something around 30, 35 grand. Boom. So if you all have any questions about finding vacant properties, I know I have a video about pulling vacant properties from PropStream, high equity vacant properties off of PropStream. So take a look at that. It's on my channel. Or driving for dollars, looking for distressed properties, vacant properties, and different things like that. So be sure to take a look at that. And you all comment down below, like this video, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.